Beetlejuice
Right.
now has Gary the Retard in his competition. So they're fighting. They're facing off in a battle of wits. They call it the battle of the wits. The face off against the retards. Because they don't like the retards on the Howard Stern show.
No, they
Baba
don't.
Booey is very close-minded, and I think Baba Booey is a homophobe. But but Howard Stern, he loves all people. Howard's a good guy. Howard's a good guy. He's tall though, very tall. Beetlejuice is short. He's 4'3". But but actually, this has nothing to do with it because Gary the Retard is actually he actually killed him. He killed himself because after the end, after the end, Baba Booey actually he had a competition with Beetlejuice because in that sense it was Beetlejuice and it was Gary the Retard. They were having battle of wits, battle of retards, the retard, and they were both retarded actually. Beetlejuice, he has a small head. His head is shaped like a toe. This is when Fafa Fui had the liver transplant because Howard actually so this is when Beetlejuice actually went to pieces by exploiting the retard. We gain money and notoriety, and then Fafa Fui says, you were right. We exploit the retard and make them all think that they are stupid and funny and laugh at them. They laugh at the short retard. And then Fafa Fui says, I see you are a man of infinite wisdom, Fafa Fui. And Howard Stern is actually, he was a kind tall man, but he's revealed to be a evil tall man. So this is when Fafa Fui and Howard, this is when Fafa Fui stops becoming vocal about his hate for the retard. And then this is when they have the retardathon. The retardathon lasts for 12 days. So Beetlejuice actually is there, and everybody loves all the retard. They love him, and they bring him up and they put him on the pedestal. And Beetlejuice says, "I don't know, you're a whore." And Beetlejuice, classic catchphrase. Beetlejuice is upset because Fafa Fui picked him up one time on camera and he shook him and his pennies came out. And Robin, this bitch, she says, "Oh, Beetlejuice, how could you go to normal school? Did you go to normal school or did you go to special school for retards like you because you're retarded? We don't like retards on the Howard Stern show. We exploit them for money." And the YouTube comment section hates Robin. They hate Robin so much because she's just such a bitch. And then, but okay, my mom's telling me that she's not a bitch. For this woman, we hate her. We hate her on the Howard Stern show because what she actually did is she talks down to Beetlejuice as if he is retarded. Beetlejuice is not retarded. I mean, Mom, I'm interested that you're talking to me about the bitch part, but I'm just saying retard, and it's a slur. But that's not related. Gary the Retard is rich. And then we have Mel Gibson. He is basically Hitler. What did Nietzsche say? What was Nietzsche say? He said God is dead. So this is hilarious. This is a hilarious moment in the Howard Stern show. This is a hilarious moment. So he brings on Beetle. What? No, I have a runny nose, Bob. What a drug addict. Jesus Christ. Here's what happens. So, I hate you, Mom. I hate you. Shut up. So what happens here is this is what happens. So Beetlejuice, he's retarded, and they bring him off to face on Gary the Retard, who's also retarded, but they just call him the retard. So they say to him, Sam. You better not be ants in there. No, Sam. Oh, yeah, Sam. Great.
Did he leave? Oh.
No. What actually happens is, and it's discovered that God has given Gary the Retard a second chance because he actually has a soft spot for retards.
That's good.
Yeah. No, not good for the retards. They're retarded. Sorry, Ma. It's the air raid siren. So anyway, I says to the guy, I hardly know her.
After about 2.5 hours, Liam he fucking loses it.
Why is an interesting question? Because why actually boils down to it. It's actually a 14th century English word. Now, why is actually because this one guy, Beowulf, he says to this witch, she's killing him, she's grinding his bones, she's grinding his beer. They're in a well, and she's killing him. They're hurting each other. It's really just an abusive relationship. And she actually gets he says she kills him, and he says to her, why? The witch hag.
Right. What's her
She lived in the
backstory?
water.
So is she a water hag?
No, she's a witch hag. She was just underwater.
Oh.
Her son was a feral beast.
Like, how literally?
He was a monster, let me tell you. In third grade, this
Yeah.
guy really, he had a spitball. He had a straw, and he had spit, and he had a ball. And he shot it straight at his teacher. The gall on that guy.
What's your opinion on Arby's?
I have a really interesting story about Hitler. So me and him, we were at the park. He was showing me his favorite store. Mom, I think I blacked out.
I don't know how to deal with this.
The retardathon.